vlog yesterday because I was not really feeling it. One thing led to another. I kept putting it off, saying, "Oh, I'll just do it for when we do this," and then that didn't happen. "Oh, I'll do this after this," and then that never happened. And it's just, eventually it was like 7 o'clock, and I was like, we're already eating dinner, we're already watching YouTube, no point. Reminds me I should do my Duolingo before it comes till late at night and my phone is dying. Why are you at 17%? Anyways, about to be pouring down rain here in a bit. But anyways, so part of the thing that has gotten me sort of thinking the last couple days is the shorts that I shared, the Bruchen Tierfil. And it was like just, and then I saw Matt comment, like he says, "I'll never look at Kaiser rolls again, the same way again." And I'm like, those aren't Kaiser rolls, those are Teicherbollen. I don't know what the Germans call them. They call them Brötchen probably, because that's just what they are. But technically a Brötchen is any sort of bun. But typically Teicherboll is what I typically have. A Kaiser roll is a little different, I think. We have Kaiser roll. I don't know. I'm not that much into bread, but the Germans are. And that's why it's hilarious. Because every spring, the fresh little Brötchens come out and they, you know, it's an animal documentary, but for bread buns. Because the Germans love bread buns. The Dutch, for instance, we should probably do it with cheese wheels or tulips. But anyways, and I just realized that, like, I could watch that stuff. And I get it. I laugh at it. I don't need to run it through a translator. I don't need to figure it out. I watch so many Dutch TikToks. Even if I don't physically understand the references to what's going on, I still try to make a little bit of effort to comment something. Because it is very apparent that I am not born and bred Dutch. Born and raised Dutch. But there's a lot of people that I've recently, like in the last month, I've started stepping up the followings on TikTok of specifically Dutch people that make Dutch content for Dutch viewers. You know, they don't, like, they will utilize the overall words. They will, you know, sometimes they'll say, "Oh my God." Sometimes they'll say, "Oh my God." It just depends on how they were acclimated to the words. And it's weird, but that's the thing, is what throws a lot of people is hearing other cultures, people outside what I call EDC, English dominant cultures, to use flat out English words. It's really bizarre when you hear it come out of, like, Japan. And you'll hear them blah 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 blah, Coca-Cola blah blah blah. But when you, the same works for, you know, Dutch, especially when they have such a G about everything, and then they go into a word that has the, and they utilize that instead of so. Oh my God. Like, that's weird. Sometimes they'll switch between mine and God. Oh my God. It's not quite the same thing. So, anyways, and there are, you know, and there is Double Dutch, who makes English content for kind of the Northwestern Europe. Like, you know, he'll do it for the EDCs, but it's like Dutch person is American, Dutch person doing British things. It's all hilarious, because if you understand Dutch culture, you're just rolling. Especially a long time ago when I first found out his first thing was spaces. He made a joke about spaces, and I played for Aaron. Aaron wasn't even on TikTok at the time, and I was like, Aaron, he says, yeah, spaces. Like, even he knew. And there's just so much now. Yeah, got dark out there. I told you it was gonna rain. But yeah. But like the Bruchen documentaries, the fact that I understand that that Moscow song is German comedy. It's West German comedy. After a fashion. I understand German comedy. I understand Finnish comedy. I don't understand the Finnish language. The Nordics are their own separate thing. And I don't know how many people who are on TikTok have creators that they follow from outside the United States. And I mean like, yeah, outside of an EDC. And you may follow, News Daddy or some Canadian people or some Australians, but you're constantly rolling through and you're listening to English. Unless it's a news broadcast from somewhere else. Whereas I'm getting my news from NOS. Whether it be NOS Stories, or an NOS Journal. They use simplified language. It's easier to understand. It's their teen news station. Anyways. And so, like when Matt's like, I don't know what the Bruchen documentary is. And I'm like, how do you not know? Because I know. Because I've been here. There are things that are existing in the United States right now. There are comedians. There are music artists. There are people in your social celebrity spheres that I don't know about. Some of it could be old. Some of it could be the fact that I'm just not constantly inundated. Like we saw a thing for Doja Cat. Technically it was about Skechers shoes. And they were talking about Doja Cat versus Doja Cat. And I was like, what sort of AI commercial is this? Aaron, I couldn't figure it out until I Googled it. I'm like, oh, she's a real person. I'm still trying to figure out, like, what, like, there's so many people. Like, there's a comedian. Oh my God, he has 17 million followers on TikTok. Yeah, that's like 1/20th. It's 0.05 of the entire United States population. That's the entire Dutch population. But like, he's not that popular. He's got a lot of followers on TikTok. But that doesn't mean he's everywhere. And, people see follower counts as something. But anyways, sometimes I feel that I can't share things because it's going to be so niche to outside the United States that I can't share it with the people I have back in the state, had, whatever. This is going to be it. I've already lost track of everything I was saying. I cannot seem to focus on keeping track. My brain just... All right. If there's anything that struck you in this, please in the comments. Something.